Hello students, welcome to class 11 biology. Today we will continue with biobotany 6th lesson. Last class we have seen about protoplasm, plasma membrane and what are their properties. Now we will learn properties of cytoplasm. It is a semi-fluid gelatinous material. It is forming the molecular soup for all the cell organelles to be present on them. Okay, all the cell organelles are present in the cytoplasm. What is its function? It gives support and protection for all the cell organelles and it is good conductor of electricity. It helps in the movement of the cellular material around the cell. This is called as the cytoplasmic streaming. So, one cellular organelle is there, it cannot be moving here and there. But once the cytoplasm moves, it automatically moves. Okay, so it helps in the movement of the cellular material. That is why it is called as cytoplasmic streaming. So furthermore, it is cell activities such as metabolic pathways including glycolysis. Glycolysis, we will learn the cycle in detail. Cell division. So it is most important. Cell division, why it is important? It is important for the growth of the organism. So cell division occurs in the cytoplasm. So coming to cell organelle, first we will learn about endomembrane. System of membranes in the eukaryotic cell consist of the plasma membrane, nuclear membrane, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosome and vacuolar membranes. These endomembranes are made up of phospholipids along with the protein. As we saw in fluid mosaic model, so plasma membrane or the membrane of the cell organelle are made up of lipid bilayer along with the protein. That is, lipid bilayer is made up of phospholipids and with the protein that are similar to the cell membrane. They occur in the cytoplasm. The endomembrane system is evolved from inward growth of the cell membrane. Cell membrane is there. Okay, so it is growing inward to form the endomembrane system. So that is what is the first one. Second one is about endoplasmic reticulum. So you are very familiar with endoplasmic reticulum and its types. It is first reported by K.R. Porter. He said that it consists of double membrane and it consists of the types of the endoplasmic reticulum and they are differentially classified based on their structure, cisternae, vesicles, tubule, like that. So when you call endoplasmic reticulum as cisternae, when they are long, broad and flat sac-like structure, it is a broad sac-like means it's a bag-like structure. When it is long and broad, it is called as cisternae. Okay, so they are arranged in bundles, parallel bundles. They are parallel to each other. The space between the membrane of cisterna is filled with the fluid. Vesicles are oval in shape and they are also membrane bound. Tubule are irregular in shape and they are branched, smooth walled and enclosed by the space. Okay, so when you see endoplasmic reticulum, you can have a look at this picture. So it will be like a connection between the nucleus and also the plasma membrane. Okay, so this membrane bound endoplasmic reticulum, it is a connection between the nucleus and the plasma membrane. Whatever the material to be transported from nucleus to plasma membrane or plasma membrane to the nucleus, it will be done through the endoplasmic reticulum. So endoplasmic reticulum is associated with nuclear membrane. It forms reticulum. Reticulum, what does the word reticulum mean? It is like a network. Okay, it forms a network-like structure in the cytoplasm. So it gives mechanical support to the cell. It is very important point. What is the function of endoplasmic reticulum? If it is asked, you should write it as mechanical support. Okay, and its chemical environment helps in the protein folding and undergoing modification which is necessary for the protein to undergo. Okay, so when ribosomes are present on the surface of the plasma membrane, so the surface becomes rough. Okay, so when round structures present on the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum, so it is called as rough endoplasmic reticulum. When it is not present, then it is called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so as you know, you have two types of endoplasmic reticulum. They have different functions to play. Okay, do you remember what is the function I told you for endoplasmic reticulum? It is mechanical support. Now we have two types, RER, rough endoplasmic reticulum. What is its function? Its function is to synthesize protein. Okay, so what is another type of endoplasmic reticulum? It is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Its function is lipid synthesis. Okay, so the smooth endoplasmic reticulum contains enzymes that will detoxify the lipid soluble drugs. Okay, and certain other harmful compounds. So it helps in detoxification process also. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so far we have learnt about plasma membrane, cell wall, and endomembranes, endoplasmic reticulum and its types. Then we are going to learn about Golgi body. Golgi body in the case of plant cells, they are described as dictyosomes. In 1898, Camillo Golgi visualized a network of fibrils near the nucleus and he named them as Golgi body. Okay, from his name he has named the cell organelle as Golgi body. In plants they are found as a smaller vesicles. Okay, so the Golgi bodies are found as a smaller vesicle and they are called as dictyosome. What are dictyosomes? Golgi bodies in the plant cell are called as dictyosome. So they have apparatus is a stack of flat membranes enclosed sac. It consists of cisternae, tubules, vesicles and Golgi vacuoles. As we have in endoplasmic reticulum, here also we have cisternae, tubules, vesicle and Golgi vacuoles. In plant cisternae, it is 10 to 20 in number and it is placed in piles. What is piles? It is arranged one above the other. Okay, do you remember pile of coins? What does it mean? Coins arranged one above the other. Likewise, we have the piles separated from each other by a thin layer of intercisternal cytoplasm. Often it is a flat or it is sometimes curved. Peripheral edge of the cisterna forms a network of tubule called as the vesicle. These tubules are interconnected. What is interconnected? Why it is interconnected? Any material present inside, whatever be the secretory material, that can move from one tubule to another. That is why it is interconnected. Vesicles are large, round and concave sac. They are pinched off from the tube. They got cut off from the tube. Why it is said? It is forming a whole vesicular structure. They are smooth, secretory or coated type. Golgi vacuoles are large spherical structure filled with granular or amorphous substance. Some functions like the lysosome, Golgi, some of the Golgi apparatus or some of the dictyosome, they function like a lysosome. So what is lysosome and its function we will learn in the next session. Okay, so the Golgi apparatus compartmentalized and a series of steps leading to the production of the functional protein. So this is the structure of Golgi apparatus, from where you have lumen. Lumen is denoted here. It is a cavity. It will be filled with the secretory material. Okay, so cisterna, it is a sac-like structure. From there pinched off. Can you see secretory vesicle? So from there it is getting, along with the secretory material, it is getting pinched off. Okay, so this is the structure of Golgi apparatus. Small pieces of endoplasmic reticulum are pinched off at the end to form the vesicle. A number of these vesicles join together to form the Golgi body. Can you follow this statement? So Golgi body is formed from endoplasmic reticulum. Can you follow? So once this endoplasmic reticulum is synthesizing something, thus proteins are nothing but enzymes and hormones. Proteins are nothing but enzymes and hormones. This endoplasmic reticulum filled with this protein and it is getting cut into pieces, then joined together to form the vesicle or the sac. It is called as the Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex. A number of these vesicles joined together and fuse to form the Golgi bodies. Okay, so this Golgi complex plays major role in post-translational modification. Post, after, translational. So what is protein synthesis, transcription and translation? So we will learn about this in detail later, but all you should know now is that protein synthesis. Proteins are nothing but enzymes and hormones. Protein synthesis happens in two stages. What are the two stages? transcription and translation. So after translation there are certain things to be happening for it to become the functional protein. So what are the modifications that is happening after translation of this protein is called as post translational modification. What is its function? It helps in the production of glycoprotein, glycolipids. Glyco is a word concerned with carbohydrate, transporting and storing of lipid material, formation of lysosome. So here one word is given, formation of lysosome. See, from endomembrane, endoplasmic reticulum is formed. From endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex is formed. From Golgi complex, lysosome will be formed. That is what is given here, formation of lysosome, and production of digestive enzymes, cell plate and cell wall formation. Okay, secretion of carbohydrate is done by this Golgi complex. Zymogen granules are synthesized by this Golgi apparatus. Okay, so when the secretory material are sent off from the cell, it is called as the exocytosis. Okay, so now we will learn about mitochondria. So mitochondria is very important cell organelle because it is involved in the production of ATP molecule. Mitochondria is first observed by A. Kolliker Altman in 1894. Okay, so the name later on Benda named mitochondria. Okay, so the name mitochondria was given by Benda, but it was observed by Kolliker. Okay, so they are ovoid, rounded, rod-shaped, pleomorphic. Pleomorphic is variation. It is not standard. Okay, there are variations in structure. Pleomorphic structures. Mitochondria consist of double membrane, the outer and inner membrane. The outer membrane is smooth and highly permeable to small molecules and contains protein called as porins. Okay, so the protein named porin is present. The name itself tells you porin. What does it mean? It is allowing the material to come in. Pores are nothing but the holes or the gaps, which forms the channels and allows the free diffusion of the molecules. Not all the molecules which is of the size 1000 Dalton. Okay, the inner membrane divides the mitochondria into two compartments, outer chamber and the inner chamber. Okay, inner chamber you have the membranes folded to form the crista or cristae. It is most of the enzymes are present in the cristae for electron transport system. Inner chamber of the mitochondria is filled with the proteinaceous material called as mitochondrial matrix. The inner membrane consists of stark particles called as small particles will be there. There will be a small stalk. Okay, so that is called as the F1 particle. Another name for the F1 particle is oxysome. Each particle consists of the base, stem and also round head. One stem and round head. That is called as F1 particle or oxysome. And in head, ATP synthase is the enzyme present, and it is helpful in oxidative phosphorylation. Okay, so you can see the picture here clearly. Okay, so this is the membrane, inner membrane, round structures you can see there. So that will be the F1 particle, or they are called as the oxysome. Okay, so the spaces, inner membrane space filled with the mitochondrial matrix. Okay, so then outer membrane is given, ribosomes are also present, and DNA is present in mitochondria also. So mitochondria contain about 73% of the protein, 25 to 30 of lipid, 5 to 7% of RNA and DNA. Mitochondria are called as powerhouse of the cell because they produce energy-rich molecule called ATP. All the enzymes of Krebs cycle. So you are going to learn about Krebs cycle. Krebs scientist cycle. He found the cyclic reaction. Okay, so that is happening in the matrix of the mitochondria except the succinate dehydrogenase enzyme. All the enzymes are produced. Mitochondria consist of the circular DNA and 70S ribosome. They multiply by fission and replicates by strand displacement model. Okay, so the DNA is a semi-autonomous organelle. Unique characteristics of mitochondria is that they inherit from female parent only. So mitochondria will inherit only from the female parent. Mitochondrial DNA comparisons are used to trace human origins. It is also used to track and date the recent evolutionary time because it mutates 5 to 10 times faster than the DNA in the nucleus. These are all the uses of mitochondria. Next is about the plastids. So we are learning about the plants. So plastids play a major role in the photosynthesis. Term plastid was given by Platicus. So used and he classified the plastids into the following types: chromoplast, leucoplast. Okay, so under chromoplast you have the chloroplast, pheoplast, rhodoplast, and then under leucoplast you have ameloplast, elaioplast, and also alluroplast based on the color present. Okay, so just go through the types of plastids, and then the under chromoplast we are going to learn about chloroplast in detail. Okay, so it is a vital organ because it is playing major role in the photosynthesis the same way as the mitochondria. They do have the presence of DNA, and they have outer and inner membrane, and the space in between is called periplastidial space, and the space is enclosed by the inner membrane of the chloroplast filled with the matrix. So this matrix is lipoproteinaceous fluid is called as stroma. In this stroma, you have the presence of interconnected sacs. They are called as the thylakoid. Okay, so thylakoid is enclosed by thylakoid lumen. Okay, so this tube-like structure is called as the thylakoid. Grana. What is grana? Are formed by many of these thylakoids are staked together as a pile of coins. Okay, so light is absorbed and converted into chemical energy in granum. Okay, so light energy is converted to chemical energy. Sunlight is converted into starch. Okay, so that is happening in this granum of the stroma. Okay, thylakoid contains chlorophyll pigments, chloroplast contains osmophilic granules, 70S ribosome, DNA is circular, and RNA is also present. Okay, so then you have one of the subunits of rubisco is encoded by chloroplast DNA. It is a major protein component for the chloroplast stroma. Thylakoid contains small rounded photosynthetic unit called as quantosome. Okay, so they are semi-autonomous organ, and it will undergo division by fission. Chloroplast, it is also it plays major role in plants. Okay, so they have the thylakoid and granum, and there is a presence of the rounded structure called as the quantosomes. What is its function? Functions of chloroplast is photosynthesis, light reactions takes place in granum, dark reaction takes place in stroma, chloroplast is involved in photorespiration. Then coming to ribosome. So next cell organelle we are going to learn is about the ribosome. Can you recall what are the cell organelles we have studied about? So what did we study? We studied about endoplasmic reticulum. From endoplasmic reticulum, the sacs pinched off to form the Golgi apparatus. After Golgi apparatus, lysosome will be formed. Then we have learnt about the mitochondria. Then we have learnt about the chloroplast. Then finally we have come for this ribosome. So ribosomes are most important structures which help in the protein synthesis. Okay, so these ribosomes are joined together to form the structure called as the polysome. Before that, you can have a look at this chloroplast, and you can just have a look at the stroma, thylakoid, granum, okay, inner and outer membranes, and then quantosomes are present in them for the light reaction to take place. Then you have the unit called as the ribosome. Ribosome has got the large subunit and then the smaller subunit, which helps in the synthesis of protein. Okay, so this mRNA is formed from DNA that will come and get attached with the ribosome. Okay, so then tRNA is otherwise called as transfer RNA, will take the amino acid from the liver, and it is getting attached with this mRNA to form the protein. So amino acids to join together only forms the protein. Okay, so that is about this structure. You can see here ribosomes are the two rounded structure and two units are present. Okay, so and then magnesium ions are required for the cohesion of the ribosome, and biogenesis of ribosome is called as de novo formation. Okay, so they can duplicate themselves. Each ribosome is the site of the protein synthesis, and it is a membrane bound organelle. Membrane is present. Okay, ribosome consists of RNA, RNA and protein. RNA 60%, protein 40%. During protein synthesis, ribosomes are attached to the single mRNA called as polysome. Okay, many ribosomes attached to the one mRNA, they are called as the polysomes. Polysomes is an important question. Function of the polysome is the formation of several copies of particular polypeptide. Okay, polypeptides are nothing but the protein. Proteins are nothing but enzymes and hormones. I think why I am saying repeatedly, you must know what is enzyme, what is hormone. It is protein. It is formed by synthesis of protein. Where it is happening? It is happening in the ribosome with the help of RNA. What are the RNAs involved? mRNA, tRNA and rRNA. Okay, so then you have about the lysosome. They are also called as suicidal bags. They are spherical bodies enclosed by the single membrane. Okay, so they have the enzymes inside which will kill the microorganisms. They contain variety of hydrolytic enzymes. They can digest the material within the cell. Inside the cell, the digestion is happening with the help of lysosome. You can have a look at this picture of lysosome. Okay, so the functions, what is its function? It is very important question. Functions of lysosome: intracellular digestion. Inside the cell the digestion occurs. Autophagy, it is during adverse condition they digest their own cell organelles. Okay, so then autolysis, lysosome cause self destruction of the cell also. So self destruction should happen, otherwise it may cause cancer. Aging, lysosome have autolytic enzymes that destruct the intracellular molecule. Okay, so enzymes of the lysosome and how they are acting. So you can have a look at this. ATP is getting converted into ADP and inorganic phosphate. IP is inorganic phosphate. Okay, so ADP, why it is getting converted into ADP? Because the energy is used in the form of the phosphate molecule. So they also show the phagocytosis, where they engulf they engulf like the macrophage and kill the pathogen, and exocytosis, lysosome release their enzyme outside the cell. Okay, that is called as the exocytosis. Then you have microbodies. Eukaryotic cells contain many enzymes bearing membrane enclosed vesicle called microbodies. They are single membrane bound. Okay, peroxisomes. See, peroxisomes were identified as cell organelle, and peroxisomes are small spherical bodies, single membrane bound organelle. It takes part in the photorespiration. So peroxisome, what is its function? Photorespiration. What is photorespiration? Photo with reference to light. Respiration occurs in the presence of light and associated with the glycolytic metabolism. In plant, leaf cells have many peroxisomes. It is also commonly found in the liver, kidney and mammals. It is also found in the cells of the protozoa and yeast. Peroxisome is seen in the protozoa and yeast. Next heading is glyoxysome, and we can continue about the glyoxysome in the next class. So in your classwork, you please draw the structure of mitochondria, structure of chloroplast, structure of lysosome and structure of peroxisome. Okay, so that is your homework. So next class I will continue with glyoxysome. Thank you, students.